Hello friends, myself Omprakash, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Vedang Institute of Technology. In the previous classes, we learnt about pattern and types of pattern. In this class, we will learn about different types of allowances given to the pattern. So let's look at the different types of allowances. This is your shrinkage allowance, then comes your machining allowance, after that your draft allowance, then shake allowance, and then distortion allowance. So we'll explain it one by one. So now we have the shrinkage allowance. So why there is a shrinkage? When the metal solidifies from liquid state to solid state, so due to higher temperature there is a atomic vibration. So now the temperature reduce, the amplitude of the vibration also reduce, so the metal shrinks volumetrically, and this shrinkage occurs in two stages: liquid to solid, solid to solid. For liquid to solid, we supply one riser. He will compensate the less volume, he will compensate. But for solid to solid shrinkage, what we will do? There is no use of riser for solid to solid shrinkage. What you do at that time? An extra dimension is added to the pattern. This is called shrinkage allowance. For plain carbon steel, we add to the pattern linearly 21 mm per meter of material. Then you go to the next allowance. This is called your finish or machining allowance. As you know the name, machining allowance, to obtain better surface finish, good surface finish, and dimensional accuracy, we give machining allowance. And this, what we do, we provide some extra metal in the pattern, so the final object after mold cavity, pouring in, after solidified in the mold cavity, the final dimension is somewhat more, and we grind it or machining it and find the good surface finish. This is your machining or finish allowance, and it is given to the surface. Okay, then we go to the your draft allowance. So as we are dealing with a sand mold, when withdrawing the pattern from the mold erosion takes place. Why mold erosion takes place? Because the vertical surface are continuous contact with the sand bed. The vertical surface of the pattern is in continuous contact with the vertical surface of the sand bed. So while withdrawing the pattern from the sand bed, mold erosion takes place. So to avoid this, we make the pattern, vertical surface of the pattern, taper. For external, we give 1 degree, and for internal taper, we give 3 degree. This is your draft allowance. I hope you understood. Then we go to your shake allowance. So shake allowance, what happened? For easy withdrawal of the pattern from the mold, we have to shake the pattern. So in this process, what happened? The size of the mold cavity increased, but we don't want that increase, unnecessary increase we don't want. So what we do? We have to make the pattern somewhat smaller than required, so that when you shake, the actual mold cavity will match to the corresponding size of the pattern. So this is the negative allowance. We make the pattern somewhat smaller than required, so that while we shake, the newly created mold cavity is will be of equal size to the original casting. Okay, original size required. This is your shake allowance. This is the negative allowance. Then comes your distortion allowance. So what is distortion allowance? There are some thin sections, U sections, V sections. They are weaker sections in the casting. During solidification, as there are weaker sections and long section, thin section, U section, they distort, they get out of shape. If you take the V shape like this, they distort like this. So what we give? We give a similar distortion in opposite direction. If you want to create a shape like this, you give a distortion intentionally in this direction. This is called your distortion allowance. So this is all about your allowance. Thank you.